Good morning, students. In our last class, we have completed some part of the lesson, the democratic and nationalistic revolutions, 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. So, today we are going to continue the remaining part of the lesson. If you see in your textbook, France becomes a constitutional monarchy. The National Assembly completed the draft of the Constitution in 1791 CE. Its main object was to reduce the powers of the monarch. Now, these powers were not in the hands of one person. They were now separated and given to different institutions, the legislature, executive, and judiciary. This made France a constitutional monarchy. So, what is happening here? The National Assembly completed the draft of the constitution in which year? In 1791 CE. So, its main objective was to reduce the powers of monarch. So, who is monarch here? King. So, now these powers were not in the hands of one person. Suppose if the only king was ruling, then all the powers was in one's hand. But now, as they have drafted the constitution, and their aim was to reduce the powers of monarchs. So what did they do? They were now separated and given to different institutions. So these powers were separated and given to different institutions like the legislature, executive, and judiciary. So this made France a constitutional monarchy. The Constitution of 1791 CE gave the National Assembly the power to make laws, but all the citizens did not have the right to vote. Only the active citizens had the right to vote. Active citizens were men above 25 years of age who paid taxes equal to at least 3 days of a laborer's wage. The active citizens voted for a group of electors who in turn choose the assembly. So, here what is happening? The constitution of 1791 CE. What did they give? They gave the National Assembly the power to make laws. Now, who has the power to make laws? National Assembly has the power to make laws. So, but not all the citizens have the right to vote. So, who has right to vote? Only the active citizens. So, who are the active citizens here? Active citizens were men who are above 25 years of age and also who paid the tax, who paid taxes which is equal to their 3 days wage of a laborer. So they are called active citizens. So who is the active citizen here? Active citizens were men about 25 years of age and also who paid taxes equal to at least 3 days of a labor's wage. So the active citizens, to whom they voted for a group of electors who in turn clo- who in turn choose in as who in turn choose the assembly. So these active citizens whom they have elected, means to whom they have voted for a group of electors, they will do what they will do. They will choose the assembly. To become an elector and a member of the assembly, a man had to belong to the category of highest taxpayers. The constitution began with a declaration of the rights of man and citizen. Rights such as the right to life, freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, equality before law were considered as natural and inalienable rights. This means that the rights belonged to each number being by birth and could not be taken away. It was the duty of the government to protect these 17 citizens' natural rights. So, here, who can become an elector and a member of the assembly? Who can become is a man. He has to belong to the category of highest taxpayers. So, who pay highest tax, they have the right to become an elector and a member of the assembly. So, what did the constitution began with? A declaration of rights of man and citizen. So, what are the rights? Rights such as the right to life, freedom of speech, and freedom of opinion, and equality before law. These were considered as natural and inalienable rights. So, this means that rights belong to each human being by birth and could not be taken away. So, it was the duty of the government to protect these 17 citizens' natural rights. So, if you see here, active citizens entitled to vote, above 4 million of a population of 28 million, and passive citizens no voting rights, and above 3 million men, women, children, and youth below 25 years of age. So, here active citizens will vote to judge, and also see here they will vote to electors. Electors will elect, means they will vote for legislature, and the same legislature to executive and ministers, means king and ministers they will elect. So it is a process which is given in the form of a picture. So the declaration of rights of man and citizen. So here they have given some declarations which I mentioned you in the above paragraph. So first one is, men are born and remain free and equal in rights. So men are born and remain free and equal in rights. And the second, the aim of every political association is the preservation of the natural and inalienable rights of man. These are liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppression. Third, the source of all sovereignty resides in the nation. No group or individual may exercise authority that does not come from the people. And the fourth, liberty consists of the power to do whatever is not injurious to others. And the fifth, the law has the right to forbid only actions that are injurious to society. Sixth, law in the expression of the general will. All citizens have the right to participate in its formation personally or through their representatives. All citizens are equal before it. Seventh, no man may be accused, arrested, or detained except in cases determined by the law. Eighth, every citizen may speak, write, and print freely. He must take responsibility for the abuse of such liberty in cases determined by the law. Ninth, for the maintenance of the public force and for the expenses of administration, a common tax is indispensable. It must be assessed equally on all citizens in proportion to their means. 10th, since property is a sacred and inviolable right, no one may be deprived of it unless a legally established public necessity requires it. In that case, a just compensation must be given in advance. Note, the above list is not complete, it is only a selection of 10. So, these rights are not complete. Out of whole rights, they have just selected these 10 and they have printed in our textbook. So, the course of the revolt. The reformers were not satisfied by the changes made by the National Assembly. They wanted to revolt against the National Assembly. People started coming together at political clubs to discuss government policies and plan their actions. The most successful of these clubs was that of the Jacobins, which got its name from the former convent of Saint Jacob in Paris. The members of the Jacobean Club were small shopkeepers, artisans such as shoemakers, pastry cooks, watchmakers, printers, as well as servants and daily wage workers. So, what happened here? The reformers were not satisfied by the changes made by the National Assembly. So, they wanted to revolt against the National Assembly. Even we also, if we are not satisfied with the government, what we have, even we also will go against to them. We fight for our rights, isn't it? Even the same with these people. So, what did these people do? These people started coming together at political clubs to discuss government policies and plan their actions. So, in this, the most successful of these was clubs, that of the Jacobians. So, which got its name from the former co- convent of Saint Jacob in Paris. So, this club, how did they get the name of the club Jacobian is by the former convent of Saint Jacob in Paris. So, in this club, the members were small shopkeepers, artisans like shoemakers, pastry cooks, watchmakers, printers, and as well as servants and daily wage workers. So, in the summer of 1792 CE, the members of the Jacobean Club planned a revolt of a large number of people of Paris. They were angry because of short supplies and high prices of food. On the morning of August 10th, they entered the palace of the Tuileries forcefully, killed the king's guards, and held the king as hostage for several hours. Later, the National Assembly voted to imprison the royal family. The National Assembly was dissolved and elections were held. From then on, all men of 21 years and above, regardless of wealth, got the right to vote. The newly elected assembly was called the convention. The elected members were Girondists, Jacobians, and common people. On 21 September 1972 CE, the convention banned the monarchy and declared France a republic. Louis XVI and the Queen Mary Antoinette were sentenced to death in 1793 CE for treason. So, what happened here? In the summer of 1792 CE, so the members of this Jacobean club, they have planned to revolt of the large number of people of Paris, and they were angry because of short supplies and high price for food. So, on the morning of August 10th, what did they do? They entered the palace of the Tuileries forcefully, and they killed the king's guards and held the king as hostage for several hours. And what happened? Later, the National Assembly voted to imprison the royal family. And means they have imprisoned the royal family, and the National Assembly was dissolved, and elections were held. So in that elections, from that time, all men of 21 years and above, without regardless of wealth, got the right to vote. So the newly elected assembly was called the convention. So the elected members were Girondins and Jacobians and common people. So on 21st September 1792 CE, so the convention banned the monarchy and declared France a republic. So in on 21st September 1792, the convention had banned the monarchy, and they have announced, means they have declared the Republic of France. And Louis XVI and Queen Mary Antoinette, these two, means king and the queen, these two were sentenced to death in 1793 CE for treason. Till here, I hope you have understood the lesson. If you have any doubts, you can message me, and we will be continuing the remaining part of the lesson in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.